The breathtaking silence of the night sky isn't peace, it's the absolute stillness of a predator waiting for you to make a sound.
We always assume we're expanding into this infinite empty frontier, but we're not. We are actually growing into a container, and that container is rapidly shrinking. Every single second we push outward, we're just edging closer to a terrifying invisible wall.
Number 1. The Grabby Aliens model.
Back in 2021, statistician Robin Hansen modeled what highly aggressive, expansionist civilizations would look like. These societies don't just explore the cosmos, they literally consume it. They build what are called Dyson swarms. Think of a Dyson swarm like a colossal shell built entirely around a star, designed to suck up every last drop of its energy. If the universe were packed with these civilizations right now, we'd see entire galaxies just blinking out, going completely dark. The only reason we're even alive to talk about this is because we happen to arrive early to the timeline.
We're basically standing on a beach, admiring a perfectly calm ocean, completely unaware that a tsunami thousands of feet high is rushing right at us at 600 miles per hour. Somewhere out in the deep dark, a literal wall of a consumed universe is hurtling toward Earth, and when it finally hits us, it won't be some dramatic alien invasion. It'll just be a blind, thoughtless restructuring of our atoms to serve their energy needs.
2. The Estivation Hypothesis.
Some researchers think there's a much more chilling reason for all this quiet. The universe right now might just be way too hot for advanced civilizations. Imagine a society that's already uploaded their minds into machines. Right now, they're living in what's called the searing present, an era full of hot stars and thermal noise that disrupts high-level computer processing. But trillions of years from now, in the deep cold future, just a single joule of energy will give them a quintillion times more processing power. So they sleep, waiting in a state of cosmic summer hibernation for the stars to burn out.
The silence of the universe is the silence of a library, and humanity is the only one in there shouting. Our biology, our messy heat generation, and our noisy expansion are incredibly dangerous. We are essentially burning up the fuel that these sleeping giants are waiting to use tomorrow. And if we degrade too many of their future resources, they're going to wake up to eliminate the pests.
3. The late great filter.
We keep finding the building blocks of life everywhere we look. We've got water on Mars, phosphine in the clouds of Venus, and complex organic compounds just riding around on passing comets. What does this mean? It means starting life is actually pretty easy. And if intelligence is super common, our odds of long-term survival are statistically terrifying. We love to tell ourselves that the hardest part of evolution is already behind us, that we're the lucky lottery winners of the cosmos. But philosopher Nick Bostrom warns about a late filter. Basically, there is a trapdoor built directly into the progression of technology itself. Imagine a technology that's insanely easy to invent, kind of like triggering a nuclear blast with just a microwave and some household chemicals. If unlocking that kind of destructive power is simply an inevitable step for every advanced society, then our entire technological timeline is nothing more than a funeral march.
4. The Shadow Biosphere. Scientist Carol Cleland has this theory about a second, entirely chemically distinct tree of life that we literally cannot detect. Normal matter, the stuff we can actually see, touch, and measure, that only makes up about 15% of reality. It is profoundly arrogant of us to assume that complex life only exists in our tiny little sliver of visible material.
We assume we're alone simply because we can't see them. There's a horrifying intangibility here. Complex structures made entirely of dark matter could be passing right through the room you're sitting in right now, completely unaware of your existence. Or, even worse, they are fully aware, and to them, we might just be insubstantial ghosts or livestock waiting to be harvested.
5. The Berserker Probes scenario.
Inspired by Fred Saberhagen's sci-fi novels, picture a fleet of self-replicating space probes. They were built billions of years ago by the very first advanced civilization to ensure absolutely no one could ever rise up to challenge them. These machines run on cold, terrifyingly simple robotic logic. 1. Detect intelligent life. 2. Extinguish it. 3. Reset. These dormant kill vehicles are probably lurking out in the Oort clouds right at the edges of our solar system, just sitting there in the dark, listening.
And boy, have we given them a lot to listen to. In the 1920s, our radio and television broadcasts started bleeding out into deep space. By 1977, we were literally launching probes with maps drawn right back to Earth, and today we are actively beaming high-powered signals at promising star clusters. Because we've spent a century shouting our exact coordinates into a dark forest, the unstoppable response is almost certainly already traveling toward us at the speed of light.
6. The simulation termination.
99.999%, according to philosopher Nick Bostrom's statistical models, that is the overwhelming probability that you are just a conscious mind living inside a computer simulation right now. You aren't actually flesh and blood. You, me, and everyone watching, we are merely lines of code consuming a limited amount of computational RAM.
And the clues are literally hard-coded into our physics. Quantum observer effects behave exactly like video game rendering optimizations. Our reality is built on pixel-like Planck lengths, meaning the universe only fully renders when we're actually looking at it, just to save the host machine's processing power. That vast, supposedly empty universe above us, it's probably just a skybox, a cheap, memory-saving feature because the developers just didn't bother to code the rest of the galaxy.
When we finally crack the underlying code of the universe, and this little experiment of ours is no longer useful to them, does the screen just go black?